Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell 'em turn it out till they get no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and I'm gonna see go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way.
It's Friday. Welcome to Defenders Live, Mojo 50 Radio. Free Speech Friday is what it is, which means that you can dial in and give us a call. 919-367-3171, 919-367-3171. You will see and notice and take notice to the fact that I am here, solo, by myself. It's okay. No one's dead. I promise. The AI has taken a day off. Yes, I said it. The AI is actually taking a break. Well deserved. He needs it. He's taking a break. That's it. That's all there is to it. He's not dead. I promise. He'll be fine. You'll see him Monday. All will be good. He might even pop in and just like share the page or something. I don't know. Any of those things could happen. But I promise the AI is fine. He is just absolutely fine. With all that being said, welcome to the show, everybody. This is Defenders Live, DOAE Show, DOAE Show, Defenders Live, DOAShow.com, all the rest of it. You can find us on the Twitters, the social medias, everywhere at DOA Show. Let's get this ball rolling. A California lawmaker, and most of them actually, want adult entertainers to receive a certificate of training completion. Apparently, they want proof positive that they have, well, you know where I'm going there. California Assembly member Loreno Gonzalez, author of the labor law that has essentially declared war on the state's gig working economy, may have a new magnus opus. Oh, that's not magnum opus. That's not right. That should not be. Earlier this week, Gonzalez and Assemblymember Cristina Garcia proposed a bill that would require adult entertainers, performers, and webcam models to undergo state-mandated training, for what I don't know, and obtain a certificate of training completion before entertainers are permitted to be filmed on camera. According to the text of the bill, the trainer course would provide information on the rights of adult entertainers, including information on how they report workplace abuse and injuries. Mostly, you can't just say no, stop, don't stop, no, stop, don't, because that's usually it doesn't work. I'm guessing here. Entertainers would also receive information about how to identify victims of human trafficking and undergo fingerprinting, because that's a definite thing. And also, human trafficking is not a good thing. None of us like human trafficking. And yes, if you watch pornography in adult films, more than likely you have seen somebody on there that is in the realm of human trafficked. I'm just saying. Extreme Stealth Jack all over on the Twitter. Promises. What have you done with the AI? Nothing. I promise. Yes. Training. Garcia told Reason magazine that the final training course will resemble the certification process used in other industries, including food service industries. Because that sounds appetizing. If the proposal becomes law and certification processes does, in fact, come to resemble that of food service industry, prospective adult entertainers may come to anticipate practice drills, flashcards, and a fair bit of cramming. I am reading this directly from the article. According to the proposal, the training curriculum would be developed by an adult entertainment advisory committee, which would consist of 10 people, including 2 adult entertainers, 3 dancers, 2 doctors, a therapist, a money manager, who would each receive $200 a day each day the committee meets. It just sounds like another way for these guys to make a bunch of money. That's delicious. Yes, Virginia Jackal, I did say the same as food service industries, because, you know, who doesn't love to chow down on that? Yeah. With the proposal, while the proposal doesn't state how long the training will take, prospective certified adult entertainers can be expected to spend a minimum of 2 hours and 45 minutes. You get the gist. And the online version will include an interactive feature. However, anyone who wants to take the exam will have to pay it for it themselves. According to the Reason Magazine's Elena Evans, the president of Adult Entertainment Guild, has come out against the proposal and lambasted Gonzalez for not mentioning the proposal when they had recently met during the gig worker law discussion. Quote, "We're shocked, disgusted, and angry that our parent union did this without discussing it with the APAG, without discussing it with the industry, and without discussing it with the stakeholders," said Evans. "Nobody contacted us about this. Not the International Adults Entertainment Union, not the Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez, who I met with on Thursday to discuss AB5. Area code 970, how's it going?
This is Misunderstood Subculture Correspondent Tech Rue with news.
Tech Rue, I'd like to see how you can top this first story.
What was the first story? I'm not listening. I'm in old Chicago drinking very expensive beer.
Oh, the first story was California lawmakers want adult entertainers to receive a certificate of training completion and go through a 2.5-hour course.
Oh, that thing. Oh, Dad, I just don't freaking know anymore.
Beat that, Tech Rue.
So much crazy town. I am at old Chicago, where they made the mistake of sending me an email saying that Samuel Adams Utopias was available at like $25 for 2 ounces, and I've had 2 of them.
Oh, that's not good.
No, well, it is good.
I'm sure.
Maybe it's not good.
I'm sure it's delicious.
Yeah, okay. I've got a former coworker on disability that did buy the second one, and he's hoping for credit here. Let's have a round of applause for Michael Smiley. Everybody,
Yay, all right.
Cool stuff.
Woo, yes.
He's waving me off.
So what you got for us today, Tech?
Well, this 3 weeks in the culture, the Ranting Griffin has walked away from the Democrat Party.
Yes.
He maybe you've seen the video around. The poor guy. I mean, really, they think he's some sort of like neo-Nazi because he's bald, even though he was a Democrat for a very long time. I always knew deep down inside he was a libertarian, but he's finally just said, to heck with you people. I'm going to hang out with these people that are nicer to me.
Hey, I mean, usually that does happen. These people are nice. These people suck. I'm going to go with the people that are nice, by the way. That suck. There you go.
Absolutely. I mean, they're such nice people. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the time I was at, how long are we till the hard break?
Oh, we're a little while. You good.
Okay, very good, very good. See, when I was in Washington, D.C. for the 2009 Tea Party
Yeah.
event there,
Mm-hmm.
Where I did get to see Doc Thompson give a very interesting speech, very awesome speech. It was the awesomest speech.
It was so awesome.
Which I do have.
It was amazing.
I have on video, except for people with flags were in front of me, but I do have that totally awesome speech.
Super
the first night I was at the Motel 6 in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
there was a lot of noise from the adjacent room. And people laughing and stuff, and I said, okay, fine, I'm just going to ignore them. They're, people having fun. They kept me awake a little bit. But the following, when I went to leave a couple days later, one of the housekeeping people who just happened to be black asked me, well, as I was leaving, what was I doing there? I told her about the Tea Party, and she said, oh, my God, you people are so amazing. I was told by all of my relatives that all these, horrible people were going to be in Washington, D.C. this weekend, and you people are so freaking amazing. I spent all night drinking wine with these people, and I realized that's what all the noise was.
Yeah.
She was hanging out with these two, horribly racist white people in the next room over, drinking wine all night, and she thought we were just the darn nicest people ever. It's like, well, yeah, don't listen to those other people, maybe.
Don't listen to the people. Actually experience the people around you, and maybe they're not as bad as other people think.
Exactly. Yes, it is live. I'm sorry. The former coworker is now questioning the fact that I'm on a live radio show right now.
It's a live show.
Drinking beer in an old Chicago.
It is a live show, I promise.
It is a live show, and I am drinking beer.
And that's fine. I am perfectly fine with this. I am drinking apple juice.
Very good.
So
anyway, yeah, go ahead.
No, go. You're good.
No, I wasn't sure where I was going next, except I was talking about the Ranting Griffin. I was hoping to review some of his later shows, because the thing is, he has been, part of this. He's been, on the bad end of the whole cancel culture thing, and he's been just stomped into the ground, even though he was a Democrat.
Well,
and now he's realized that, wait, these are the wrong darn people. I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, well, there's a funny thing about libertarianism is really we're not the biggest group. And not only are we not the biggest group, but we're also very, very, very diverse as a group. So anybody could technically be a libertarian. Even some of the most liberals could consider themselves libertarian if they really stop to think about it.
Absolutely. And, oh, by the way, don't think that the Libertarian Party actually represents libertarianism.
Right, because, no, it doesn't. Anybody who puts those, the last 7 morons into any sort of position of wanting to be accepted by anybody in media is not representing the libertarians in general.
No, that's why I always go out of my way to spell it with a lowercase L rather than the capital L. I actually know a furry that ran for the governor of Arizona on the Libertarian ticket. And he was actually extremely popular until
they found out he was a furry.
Until the Libertarian Party realized he was really popular. So they just kind of started ignoring him.
Oh, wow.
And that's when he realized the entire point of the Libertarian Party is it's a Overton window thing to drag people over to, hey, we're the crazy people that want to smoke pot. to make the normal people that want to smoke pot seem more normal.
Right. Yeah, that's not good. We shouldn't be that. We shouldn't be. So I I have a request.
They don't want to. They don't want to win.
There is a request. The request is a review on the Sam Adams Utopia.
Yes. I think the last year's was better. This is a very good batch, but I kind of like last year's better. This was like 2 ounces for $25 at Old Chicago in Cheyenne. It was very nice. I'm especially not going to complain that my former coworker across the table from me did buy one of those for me. So that makes it extra good.
Yes, of course. Anytime that it's ever bought for you makes it much better than if you buy it yourself.
I think he wants to go on the air, although he has no idea what he's doing. He says no. Okay, that's good.
He does, but he doesn't. He does, but he's scared. It's like the Libertarian Party. They want to be popular, but they don't really want to be popular.
Exactly. They just want to do a thing.
They just want to do a thing. Can I just do the thing? I want to do the thing. Can I do that thing, please?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just do a thing. We don't want to succeed in doing the thing, but we're just going to do a thing.
We're just going to do a thing, and ta-da! There we are. We did it. We did a thing.
Absolutely. That's
Exactly.
it. That is exactly it.
Yes, Techru, enjoy Old Chicago. Enjoy that Utopia.
Oh, I shall.
And enjoy the rest of your drink, man.
You know, I am getting ready. I'm supposed to be packing and getting organized for the trip to Texas Furry Fiesta in Dallas next week.
Yeah.
Actually, departing on Wednesday. I will not be at MojoCon, sadly, because it coincides with the county convention to which I am a delegate. So being an elected official and all.
Yeah,
it's a little
that's
difficult
terrible.
for me to make it.
Sorry,
but
dude.
maybe next year.
Maybe next year. You know, next year when we actually schedule it right. You know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Techru, thank you, sir, so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. People were actually begging me to call in for some reason because nobody will call in until I have.
Yeah, you have to call in first. After you call in, then we get a flood. The floodgates are now open. Everybody's fine to call in. They just want to get that first one out of the way. That's how we're going to do it. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
We will talk to you next
Yep.
week.
Will do. Enjoy.
See ya. Oh, man. You know what? That actually makes me want some coffee. I really would love some coffee right now. I'm probably not going to have any. Well, I might. I'd still, whatever. But, and if you have a desire for APR coffee, for any coffee whatsoever, I highly, highly recommend APR coffee. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. American Pride Roasters, despite what some people in the early morning hours of Mojo 50 tell you, they aren't racist. They make your wonderful coffees from the George Washington Carvers. They make those coffees. They make 4 or 5 other coffees from other people that aren't, quote-unquote, white European. They make delicious coffee with delicious flavors. And if you can't handle that, if you don't have enough of that, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Check them out today. Get yourself a cup because it's amazing. Beyond amazing. It's so freaking good. Speaking of certified pussies, support for Joe Biden implodes in a new poll from key primary state of South Carolina. Sorry, I forgot this. The presidential campaign for candidate Joe Biden received another body blow on Thursday in the form of a damaging poll from the key primary state of South Carolina. The former frontrunner saw a lead as big as 20 points. How big was it? In the Winthrop University polling in September. But that has now dwindled down to a mere 5-point lead. The latest itinerary in the Winthrop University polling shows Joe Biden with only 24% of South Carolina. This socialist firebrands like Bernie Sanders are now getting 19% support. I hate the fact that Bernie Sanders is getting support beyond anything. Not that it wouldn't be hilarious to see him on stage and actually trying to debate anything, but the fact that it's him, the fact that what he represents is socialism, pure, unadulterated socialism. It really bothers me that he has this high of a percentage. Sanders improved by 8 points from September in the exact same polling. Biden has performed poorly in his first 2 state electoral contests for the Democratic primary, obviously. And in the last one, he indicated that his momentum was eroding. One advantage he has in South Carolina is his outsized support from African Americans, who constitute a major part of the Democratic vote in the state. The surge in support for Sanders has left many of the centrist establishment Democrats sounding the alarms really bigly. MSNBC Chris Matthews has warned that the revolutionary strain of socialism has been tried in other countries and failed. You heard me right, folks. Chris Matthews has just said that socialism is a failure. I have to say, I'm pretty sure that we're in an upside-down world now. I've never heard such true words being spoken by such a fake moron. Never have I ever. And that's astounding to me. The surge, New York billionaire Mike Bloomberg entered the race and immediately attacked Sanders' socialism in a fiery Democrat debate on Wednesday. The South Carolina primary election will be conducted February 29th. Bloomberg's not going to get it. Bloomberg is about to be taken down by his own past. There's Bloomberg's not going to make it. He's going to put all this money into something that is absolutely useless. Because Bloomberg used to be a Democrat, then a Republican, then a Democrat, then a Republican. Now he's a Democrat again. Which means there are times in his life to where where society can look at him and the entirety of society can say, no, you're bad because you were Republican. And you have a lot of money. Just like Bernie Sanders, just like Joe Biden, just like Joe Biden's family, just like Joe Biden's sons, just like Joe Biden's brother and uncle and cousin and nephew and niece. Just like all of them. They're all rich multimillionaires / billionaires. And they're all telling you that the people that you should hate are the millionaires and billionaires. Peekaboo the snarking jackal. Fake moron? I'm pretty sure Chris Matthews is a genuine moron. Yes, I'm sorry. Fake, comma, moron, comma. Sorry, I didn't put enough space in between those words to make sure. Fake, period. Moron, period. Yeah. He is such a partisan hack that the words that come out of his mouth, even when he's telling the truth, sound like a lie. It's pretty terrible. He should learn how to just, not be Chris Matthews from MSNBC. That's my push for today. Chris Matthews, stop being from MSNBC and maybe, learn from your mistakes. I don't know. Well, That sound right there means that there's a commercial break, and we're about to take it. Be right back. Apple juice. It's really good. I still kind of want coffee, though. Still kind of want coffee. Oh, my goodness. What are you guys doing over here? By the way, not joking. You can call in. It's fine. You can do it. It's okay. I've got stories, so you don't have to call in. I'm just saying you can call in if you want to call in. I'm here for you. Do 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 do. What do we get going on here? Huh. Well, it's always funny to sit here and scroll through different videos and things like that while you're hitting the break. You never know what you're gonna find. Jazz cover of Eminem. That sounds awesome, right? Yeah, that's good. Ah, the Pamplemousse. That's a good. They're good. They do well. I like them. Let's see what's going on. All right. Looks like we're about to be back here. That'd be all right. That'd be good times. Good times and great oldies.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
All right, welcome back to Defenders Live, Mojo 50 Radio. You can find us anywhere where you can listen to podcasts or watch a video. But if you'd like to, go to the iHeartRadio app, go to the Mojo 50 radio station. We are live 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, right there on your dial. And just keep it tuned in there because you might as well keep listening. If you want a free speech platform, if you want something that you can listen to that has a variety of talking points, a variety of opinion, you want something that's not just going to be the same stupid drab that you hear day in and day out from talk radio or from news or from any of the rest of it, listen here, Mojo 50 Radio. It's amazing the amount of diversity that you'll find here. Check it out. Mojo50.com is the place to go. Defenders is DOAEshow.com, or you can go to iHeartRadio, click the Mojo 50 Radio button, and listen live. It's amazing. Check them out today. So Tim Tebow says that he'd rather be known for saving babies from abortion than winning Super Bowls. Good for you. I mean, really, good for you. You want, you got your name in the spotlight, you got your place, and you've taken action in something that you believe in. And it's actually something that would help society and help humanity. Good for you. Thank you. But that's about it. I mean, I like you. That's nice. That's good things. That's about it. Good job, Tim. Keep it up. So a Kentucky governor signs a bill requiring school resource officers to carry guns. That's right. You've heard it. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear signed a school safety bill into law on Friday. It requires school resource officers to carry a firearm. Effective immediately, every school in the state will now have at least one armed police officer on guard. The legislation was passed by overwhelming bipartisan support in both Republican-controlled chamber of the Kentucky legislature. Beshear, a Democrat, took the full 10 days allowed to take action on the measure and finally opted Friday to sign it into law rather than veto it or allow it to become law without his signature. He, quote, I simply cannot ask a school resource officer to stop an armed gunman entering the school without them having the ability to not only achieve this mission, but also to protect themselves, Beshear said during a press conference, according to the Courier-Journal. He added, quote, we must be able to stop the worst of the worst. Now, I'm going to stop this right here and just kind of point out a couple things. He took the full 10 days. He pulled a Barack Obama when it came to assassinating, I forget who it was. Who was it? Was it Osama bin Laden? Yeah, Osama bin Laden. When it came to us, he pulled the BO, the giant Barack Obama. He took the entire time, the longest period of time he could to make a final decision. And when he made the final decision, it was so politically motivated. It was so politically calculated that he had to come up with this bullcrap answer. You know, I simply cannot allow or ask a resource officer to stop an unarmed gunman in entering a school without with abilities. Yeah, of course you can't. Of course you can't. He had to check the polling. It's true. He probably did. But you've done it a million times already. Every Democrat has already done this. They have told us that not only do we not need this gun for protection, but we don't need to have guns at all. We shouldn't have them at all. Anyone. That's what Democrats tell us. Nobody should have guns. And then the only people that will have guns are the bad guys. And when the bad guys have guns and all you have is a bucket full of rocks, it's going to be impossible for you to stop them. The new law modifies a 2017 law that requires every school in Kentucky to have a resource officer, otherwise known as a guard, on site for security purposes. The earlier legislation, however, was very quiet on whether or not the officers would carry a firearm. The law signed by Beshear on Friday requires those law officers to be armed. Good. Good. Thank you. Had to twist your arm, why don't we? Beshear had faced pressure from the civil rights groups, including Black Lives Matter, to veto the bill. The Hill reported that opponents of the bill, quote, warned that the new law would not make schools safer and will create dangerous situations for students of color. Republicans hailed the new law on Friday with Senate Education Chairman Max Wise. Yeah, Max Wise, who sponsored the bill in the Senate, calling it signing, quote, an incredibly important day for the Commonwealth. The lawmaker told the Herald Leader, quote, this new legislation, which goes into effect immediately, is crucial to the General Assembly's continued efforts to protect Kentucky's children, teachers, and staff by improving the safety of our schools. Duh. By the way, Beshear almost vetoed this. He almost vetoed it. He almost kicked it back. And once again, goes back to exactly what we talk about all the time. You have to be involved in your local elections. Why is there a Democratic governor in Kentucky? Same thing in North Carolina, which really pisses me off. There's a Democratic governor in North Carolina and in Kentucky, but you have a Republican House and Senate or legislative body. Why? Why do you have one and then the other? Does it really help you? No, it doesn't really help you. all it does is hurt the process down the road. Now, I will say that all government is made to be in a stalemate. So technically, having some sort of variance there is helpful. But in a situation like this, where it was bipartisan support on a bill, yes, it was Republican-controlled chambers, but it was bipartisan support. It wasn't just Republicans supporting this. Bipartisan. He should have just signed it. Andy should have just gotten out of the way, signed the dang bill, and let it go. But instead, he had to check his polling numbers. He had to go through all the processes. He had to make sure that it wasn't going to hurt him down the line and when he goes through elections the next time. Because that's what he's about. That's what Andy Beshear is about. Andy Beshear is about getting reelected, not about actually doing what's right. Once these people have power, they do everything in their power to keep it. Because that's all they want to do. Ever. All they ever want to do is keep their power. And that's just stupid. You know, I'm kind of in the mood for a song. I think I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play a song. Here you go. This is a cover. I want to hear it because I haven't heard it yet. It sounds good.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how.
It sounds pretty nice, actually. I might just put it in the background here. That sounds good. I think I'm going to do that. So, speaking of music in the background, have you guys been to Music Tech lately? Have you? Have you gone to musictech.net? If you haven't, you're missing out. If you need anything as far as sound engineering goes, if you need anything as far as audio and visual production, you need to check out musictech.net. It's musictech.net. Not only do they have degrees in sound engineering, but experience on stage, off stage, behind the camera, with lighting, all the rest of it. Musictech.net. A combined 40 years experience in the audio in the AV world. It is amazing what you can find in the time given. These people have the best experience possible. Plus, if you have questions, they're probably going to have answers. Check them out today. Musictech.net. Musictech.net. MUSITEC. Musictech.net. By the way, the music in the background is it's the Beatles. Something by a band called Pomplamoose. I actually like them. They do a lot of covers and things like that. Very, very different. It's a husband and wife type of group. Just nice folks, good people. So, there was an 11-year-old girl that gave birth in a bathtub just recently. Her father, who is an illegal alien, who has been deported once. Her mother and her brother are now under arrest. Authorities arrested the mother, father, and brother of an 11-year-old girl after she delivered a child in a bathtub at the family's St. Charles, Missouri home. According to the BuzzFeed News on Friday, the unnamed girl's parents are facing charges of child endangerment. The girl's 17-year-old brother is being charged with incest, statutory rape, and statutory sodomy. Police arrived in the hospital on February 11th, responding to a call about a child with an umbilical cord and placenta still attached. The child had a body temperature of 90 degrees. The outlet reported an affidavit revealed that the young girl's parents, identified by 2Fab, I don't know how they got that, brought the baby to the hospital. The parent, the I guess grandparents of this child initially reported that the baby was theirs, and that the mistress he impregnated dropped the child off at this home. He later told investigators, however, that the child belonged to his 11-year-old daughter and that of his son, her brother, who was the father of the newborn. According to charge documents, the grandfather was identified as being an illegal immigrant who was previously deported from the United States. Throughout questioning, the grandfather and the mother and the grandmother insisted that they were unaware that their son raped their daughter and that she had fallen pregnant through assault. Upon questioning, the 17-year-old reportedly admitted that he had sex with his sister about 100 times. He said, quote, the outlet said, the teen denied knowledge of that his sister was pregnant, according to the outlet. The state is planning to take custody of a child when it is well enough to leave the hospital. The girl's mother, father, and brother are in jail at this time of the writing. The girl is said to be staying with relatives. Once again, there is no reason for abortion. No reason whatsoever. But there is also no reason that an 11-year-old girl would go unnoticed that long being abused, even if it is by her brother. You know these parents knew. They knew. They knew all about it, and they just let it go.
Hi.
757 area code. How's it going?
You couldn't have saved this story for a Trigger Dylan?
Nope, I had to trigger you.
But why?
Because I can.
Well, obviously. But this would have been a perfect hashtag Dylan story where we could have literally sat here and watched Dylan's head explode.
Yes, I know, but I'm trying not to trigger him with these types of stories. I have other stories that I trigger him with. Stuff like this about children, I try to stay away from because it actually, it really upsets him. It doesn't just trigger him. It burns him, and he gets, it bothers him for the next 2-3 days. I don't want to do that to him.
Okay, so what else you got? Keep moving.
What do you mean, what else I got? What do you
You got
What do you
15
got?
more minutes before you have to, put up left stalls, so come on.
Yeah, well, what do you got?
Well, I thought about it, trying to find something to save the show tonight, but I took a nap instead.
Well, that's okay. See, I took a nap too, and that's why we're now 45 minutes in, and the show is about where it is.
But, we didn't even have an inch of snow and they closed school today.
Oh yeah, well I had 3 inches, but only about barely even a centimeter on the actual roads.
It wasn't even that here.
Yeah, so it was nice. It was really cool because everything was snowed out, but except for the roads. So completely drivable, completely passable, just snow everywhere, and it's nice. It was pretty.
They canceled school here.
Yeah,
for nothing.
They cancel school everywhere for nothing. They do that all the time. This is the South. The only thing that they don't get scared of is freaking hurricanes.
You should have seen the story last night. There was no bread and no water. They cleaned it out.
Oh, gosh.
For not even an inch of snow.
Nope, not even.
What else you got?
Oh, how about this? Female prisoner claims that she was raped by a transgender inmate and that the prison system is covering it up.
Imagine that.
Imagine.
No way.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so crazy. This is like, even if you can't believe, even if, she's an inmate, you can still believe it. The female prisoner of Logan Correctional Center in Illinois is suing the prison for reportedly covering up her alleged sexual assault at the hands of a transgender inmate earlier last year. The woman, who identified as Jane Doe in the lawsuit, alleged,
Allegedly.
thank you, that an inmate who identifies as female but still has male genitalia was moved into her housing until last summer and immediately began to express interest in her. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. In the lawsuit, she recalled that she was, quote, terrified of this inmate as the inmate was much bigger and much stronger, end quote, and because she had heard that the inmate had, quote, assaulted prior cellmates and has been convicted of murder.
I'm sorry, let me get this right. The transgender inmate
Yeah,
was bigger
yeah,
and stronger
yeah,
than a female.
yeah.
Say it isn't so.
I know. So, I mean, come on, really? It's terrible. It's like, no, that can't be right. We're being told this is completely wrong, obviously, right?
I don't see how that is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
No idea whatsoever.
No idea whatsoever. The woman says she was then raped by the inmate, but after she reported the incident to authorities, only a sham investigation ensued. The woman alleged that she was told by an officer, quote, that he didn't believe her, and he presumed that the transgender to say there was no sexual assault, end quote. She said she was, quote, coerced into saying the encounter was consensual, and soon after filed a grievance with the Illinois Department of Corrections.
It finally happened. I'm speechless.
Yeah. See, in return, the IDOC, the Illinois Department of Corrections, determined that she committed a, quote, major infraction for filing a, quote, false complaint under Prison Rape Elimination Act. So because she was, quote unquote, forced to sign a piece of paper that said that she was consensually having sex, she now cannot go back and claim rape.
Huh.
Yeah, it's that whole thing. Like, that's why they're all, signing the paperwork away and all the rest. Here, can I get your name on the dotted line, or can you speak into my phone and say that you consent to having sex with me?
Or in Bloomberg's case, please sign an NDA after I pay you off.
Exactly, that's kind of it. But this doesn't even have the payoff, No payoff here. It's not like she's making the big bucks or anything.
Well, it's not like she's got anywhere to spend it either.
No, that's true. That's true. Nowhere to spend it and nothing to do with it. But, she's taking it deep. She's taking it deep. Quote, a deeper point here is that since Miss Monroe was transferred to Logan, she, air quotes, made a lot of friends and has found substantial support among the prisoners and some staff.
Oh.
Quote, but transphobia exists everywhere. But out here, on the streets and in the prison, so it's not surprising that there are some people who feel uncomfortable with her presence in a woman's prison.
Her presence.
Yeah, her presence.
No.
Miss Monroe.
Miss Monroe.
Mm-hmm. Maryland.
Does she have blonde hair and I was going to say Maryland?
I don't. They never give the first name.
Oh.
Yeah. She also doesn't sing things like "Happy Birthday, Mr. President." So.
Oh my gosh! It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Okay.
Welcome to Friday.
Oh, it's been a long week.
It has been a long week. It's been a very long week. For you too, I'm guessing.
So, well, yeah.
Yeah.
For me too.
You too. Hashtag you too.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag you too.
You too? Me too?
One of those
You
two.
too?
You too?
Okay. So you gave the AI the night off.
Yeah.
Huh.
What's the matter with
And
that?
then you read 2 really bad stories.
I've read more than 2 bad stories. I've read 5 bad stories. And I'm about to read one more.
Okay, well, I'm going to hang up and let you do this.
Okay, have fun. Enjoy. Keep listening. We're all
You
good.
too. Thanks. Great show. Keep it up.
All right. See ya. But before we do that, let me tell you about some cat coolers, because cat coolers are amazing. Did I tell you that they're rugged? They're very rugged. Go to catcoolers.com. Catcoolers.com. Go check out all of their wares. Cat coolers are an amazing product. If you want to keep your things, keep your cold things cold or your hot things hot. Yeah, I need a bell. Okay. They are available to do so. They have manufactured to do that just for those reasons. They are also incredibly rugged, made in the United States, fully customizable, and they come in many colors. But if you act now, go to catcoolers.com. You can use my name, Steven, Steven, Steven. You can get 10% off when you purchase. Also, I'll let you in on a little secret. They have a lifetime warranty on everything they have. A lifetime warranty of the product, not of you. So, go check them out today. Go to catcoolers.com. Catcoolers.com. Get 10% off when you use my name, Steven, Steven. Go check them out today. Get something there. It's amazing. They're good stuff. I promise. So a man saws off his own leg when he was high on the drugs. Yes, a man using a synthetic drug known as spice allegedly sawed off his own leg.
Allegedly.
That's right. The Daily Star reports on Friday that the unnamed man reportedly took the, quote, zombie drug in Prokofsk, a city in western Russia, and then proceeded to cut off his own leg, leaving behind a bloody stump. You can see pictures if you want to. No, probably not going to do it. It's over at the Daily Star. Quote, shocking pictures appeared to show the man with a tourniquet wrapped around a bloody stump after he reportedly cut off his own leg above the knee. The outlet reported pictures shared on media and social media show that the man, as he lies on the hospital gurney, after doctors apparently battled to stem the blood flow and save his life. According to reports, the man carried out self-amputation after consuming the spice, along with a cocktail of many, many painkillers. The man somehow managed to get himself to the hospital, hopping, whatever he's going to do. He was hopping mad, I'll tell you that much. Yep. The Star reported that the local Russian outlet said that the man was taken to intensive care, but the images shared on social media were from when he was moved to the general ward. The National Institute of Health described spice as a mixture of herbs, shredded plant materials, and laboratory-made chemicals with mind-altering effects. It is often called synthetic marijuana or fake weed because some of the chemicals in it are similar to the ones in marijuana. The effects of the drug, however, can be vastly different. While spice does yield some of the same results as marijuana: relaxation, elevated mood, altered perception, and feeling detached from reality, bad results can be fast heart rate, throwing up, extreme anxiety or nervousness, hallucinations, feeling confused, violent behavior, and suicidal thoughts. Quote, because the chemical used in spice have a high potency for abuse and no medical benefit, the Drug Enforcement Administration has made many of the active chemicals found in spice illegal. However, the people who make these products try to avoid these laws by using different chemicals in their mixtures. Spice is most often labeled not for human consumption or disguised as incense. Could be a lot of stuff. Could be there. I think letting the spice flow is a bad idea. Probably a bad idea. But what is a good idea? Checking out these bell counts for the day.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day, Friday, February 21st, 2020. Today we had 2 missed innuendo bells, 23 actual bells, and 2 horns, giving us an A- for the day. Peace out, and good night, y'all. Have a great weekend.
Adam Johnson over on the Twitter. The first time a trans inmate has sex with their fellow inmate, that should eliminate their ability to be in jail with that preferred gender. So consensual or not, out you go. I agree. See you guys.
That was wonderful. Bravo! I loved that. Oh, it was great. Well, it was pretty good. Well, it wasn't bad. Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good. It could have been a lot better. I didn't really like it. It was pretty